NFL free agency is officially kicking off today. We had some news yesterday. Names are flying around. Money is coming out of the woodworks. Let's start with the signings today. First off, Chris Godwin going back to the Tampa Bay Bucks on a 3-year deal. You were in Tampa Bay. What did Chris mean to that team?
Yeah, he's a stud. First of all, he's a glue guy. Great locker room guy.
Penn State guy, too.
Penn State guy. Phenomenal guy, but phenomenal football player, too. Obviously, they feel that his injury last year is not crazy, and the one that he had a couple years ago, he came back from that, and he was having a phenomenal year last year. He's everything you want in a number 2, right? Mike Evans is going to be the guy that stretches the field and gives you the big plays, but Chris, over the middle, can give you the short passes. I think, in my opinion, him and Cooper Kupp are the 2 best short screen receivers in the game. They get it, and they get vertical, and they give you 15. And there was a couple last year where as soon as he caught it, see you later. Before he got
and
hurt.
they moved him, got him back in the slot last year, working out of the slot, and he was one of the best receivers in the NFL early on in the season. Any thoughts on Godwin going back to Tampa Bay?
Yeah, I think it's big for Baker Mayfield. Yeah. Knowing that you got Evans and Godwin. Is he going to be healthy to start the season?
Yeah, I think he's healthy now.
Yeah, so I mean that's huge for Baker. They've changed offenses every year, but to have your 2 receivers that you trust, that you know you can lean on, that's big for a quarterback.
And you mentioned Ben Bredeson. They also signed a guard back that they had last year, starting at left guard, provided some stability there for them as well. All right, moving on to Hassan Reddick. He also goes down to Tampa Bay. They're getting a little bit of a Thanos super team going down there in Tampa Bay. Hassan Reddick gets a 1-year prove-it deal, $14 million, $12 guaranteed. You like that?
I do like that. It's very important for Hassan to play and shut up and play. He's been holding out. He's had the issues off the field, whatever he's doing. This guy can rush the passer, and that's what Tampa Bay needs. They had a lot of success with Shaq Barrett a few years ago. Very similar skill set, a little bit undersized, but very good off the edge. Third down situations, closing out games. You got to have one, and Hassan Reddick has proven he can do that.
Yeah, he's one of the few guys in the NFL that had double-digit sacks over 3 consecutive years. Before that whole debacle last year with the Eagles, the Jets not playing, never really showed up, so it's good to get him back. Speaking of pass rushers, Khalil Mack is going back to the Chargers on a 1-year deal. Did you think he was going to leave? What did you think he was going elsewhere?
That was a possibility, yeah, but Jim Harbaugh has mentioned the leadership in his locker room, and he mentions Khalil Mack a lot. And what he means to that football team in that locker room. And he may not have the explosive traits that he had coming out of Buffalo years ago, but he still can rush a passer. He's a good edge setter for the run. And obviously he's a great locker room player and very important piece of that puzzle for the Chargers moving forward. They need him.
All right, so it's good that he's back in L.A. with the Chargers. Another one, Drew Dalman, the center from the Atlanta Falcons, becomes the highest paid center in NFL. He goes from Atlanta to Chicago. He's going to be snapping to Caleb Williams. They've addressed both guards. They traded for Joe Thuney and Jonah Jackson. Now they have their center.
They have a whole new interior 3 in a matter of a week. I mean, they had their bookend tackles. They went out and they got Thuney, Jonah Jackson in trades, and then they get Drew Dalman in one of the highest paid center deals in the history of the game. And I think Drew Dalman, this is a good fit for them. I mean, this is a really good football player. He was tough as nails. What do we always say? Accountability and availability, right? I think that's what Drew Dalman brings to this team. He's always around. He's always available. He got banged up a little bit last year. That's the first time he's ever missed games in his career, but he comes from the Arthur Smith zone world and then goes back with Ben Johnson, which is a very similar type scheme. They run a lot of zone and Ben Johnson's thing. So I think a lot of carryover from Atlanta is going to happen in Chicago.
How excited about you of this Chicago Bears offense?
Ashton Genty's waiting by the phone, baby, for Chicago. I'm telling you, it's a great call. I like it, AQ. He's waiting. They get Ashton Genty.
They got the O-line going. They got
receivers.
They got their receivers right. They got
their quarterback.
They got their quarterback.
And I said when Ben
Sky's
Johnson,
the limit next year.
When Ben Johnson took the job in Chicago, I said, well, you can't bring the Detroit Lion offensive line with you, buddy. Well, he went out and got 3 pretty good ones.
Yeah.
You can't bring Montgomery and Gibbs with you. Now they could get Ashton Genty. Hey, let's go.
Let's go. Here we go.
Good old Ben.
NFC North. Too soon to call. Best division in football.
Said it all along.
All right, let's go back to yesterday. NFC West now is making some moves here. Devontae Adams going to the LA Rams. We talked about this a little bit yesterday. Your thoughts on Devontae and LA?
Yeah, I mean, listen, Devontae Adams can play on all 32 teams. Yeah. I mean, he's still got it. He's still a stud. And pairing him up with Puka Nacua at the Rams, I think fits what they try to do. Stafford's going to give him the ball over and over. Jay said it yesterday, they lean on their run game, but to have 2 guys on the outside that you can count on, depend on, I don't think he's going to be the guy that's going in there and inserting and blocking the edge, and that's Puka's role. But to have a guy that can win his one-on-ones over and over, take double coverage every now and then, I think it's huge for the Rams.
I mean, they were contenders last year. They were a play away from going to the NFC Championship, right?
I'm surprised you didn't jump right in, by the way.
I mean, Robinson and Tutu Outwell, they're decent players, but now you
They'll
got...
still have Tutu Atwell,
They
speed guy.
just signed him to a 1-year deal.
Yeah.
So you still got Tutu, but
I get your point.
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We're talking about Devontae Adams, dude.
Just throw it where they're not, man.
We're talking
He's
to
gonna catch
Devontae,
it.
and he does that better than anybody.
It gives them some difference, right? Cooper and Puka they all did the same things. Now you got Devontae Adams. I mean Sean's a great play caller. Like it's gonna be a.
He learned from the greatest.
Yeah, that's right.
Sean.
Yeah,
That's, you know.
Hell yeah, Jay. They got unlimited skill out
Hell
there.
yeah, Jay.
They got unlimited. I mean, I think people forget. I mean, obviously this is a huge signing, but like Tyler Higbee's still there too. I mean, they got talent galore out in LA right now.
Well, I'm not going to put Tyler Higbee in the talent galore section, but he's a good player.
He's a damn good tight end.
He is a good tight
He's
end.
coming off a pretty big injury, too, so
Yeah.
they have another year to get healthy. You can get healthy in the NFL in the offseason.
He
That's one
played.
thing.
He played in the
Okay.
playoffs. Made great plays.
Got a flat route.
Come on.
Way to go, Tyler.
All right. This is the one you've been waiting for, Jay. Josh Allen re-signs in Buffalo. Largest guarantee in NFL history. $55 million a year.
Much deserved. He is NFL MVP. NFL MVPs should be the highest paid player in the National Football League, and he is. He takes his team, makes his team better despite losing key players in the offseason. They're always right there. They got to get better on defense, though. They can't keep giving up 28, 30 points in the playoffs and losing, having Josh Allen throw 4 touchdowns and watching the Super Bowl. They got to get better on defense. But if you're going to start your franchise, Josh Allen's the guy I'm starting with.
Yeah, well, speaking of edge rushers that they thought they might be able to get, and he wanted to leave Cleveland. He wanted to go win championships. He wanted to change his legacy. Myles Garrett goes back to Cleveland, becomes the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL, $40 million a year. Does money talk, AQ?
Absolutely. In this case, it does. He wanted out in every which way he could have said it for the last month and a half. And an extra $5 million makes him really enjoy the old city of Cleveland.
I want out of here. I want to be on a winner. Here's your check. I love
Cleveland.
I'm staying.
Colt, you were drafted to Cleveland. What is some endearing?
I like Cleveland. I did. I moved there right out of college. Cleveland summers are awesome. I like the fans. We just weren't very good. when I
Great
was.
fan base.
Right? If
Great
Cleveland
fan
can
base.
figure
Dog
out
pound.
how to win, like those fans are incredible. That city's great. When I first went to Cleveland, LeBron James had left and gone to Miami, so it was like the city was burning down. But that place is awesome. I think it's totally revived. Be a great place to play. I think signing Myles Garrett, like all he wants is to figure out the quarterback position. We're going to hold teams to under 20, right? Can we score some points?
Who's the quarterback? Too soon to call it. Who's the quarterback of the Cleveland Browns next year?
Deshaun Watson.
He can't. Achilles.
He's out.
Jesus.
God.
They don't have any money.
Are you pushing
Kirk Cousins, man.
They don't have any money.
Ain't no way.
Kirk is going to sign for the minimum, and then Atlanta's going to pay his salary. That's how he plays.
Atlanta doesn't have to let him go.
They could draft a guy too, for
They
sure.
could draft a guy too.
Yeah.
They could. Cam Ward could be
Cam
there
Ward
right
falls
there
too.
for him too.
How long is the Achilles
Tennessee
injury?
takes
He can be back
Travis
by
Retour.
I know,
Retour.
but he can still be back by that, no?
I don't think they want him to be back. I don't think anyone wants him to be back.
Their cap situation is crazy.
Andrew Berry will figure it out.
Well, they've pushed Deshaun back for years and years.
Yeah, $1 spent today is less than $1 spent tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I mean, they got to go get somebody.
Kirk. All right, last one.
No
DK
chance.
Metcalf, traded, second-round pick. George Pickens, DK Metcalf, signed a 5-year, $150 million deal. He is bona fide receiver 1 in Pittsburgh. You love that?
Who's throwing the ball to him, Justin? Who is it? Is it Aaron Rodgers? Is it Justin Fields? What are they going to do?
I think it's going to be Aaron Rodgers. What do I know?
Yeah,
That's
I think it's a good setup.
I
That's
don't
a
know
good
anything.
setup for him. And now Devontae's not the package deal coming with him. I think that makes a lot of sense. This episode of Clean Pocket is sponsored by Rose Spark. If you're in the mood, there's no better place than Rose Sparks. It lasts for up to 36 hours, so you have more time to get in the mood and stay in the mood. Row gives you the boost to last longer, so it's more fun for the both of you. Ro connects guys with a medical provider 100% online, so there's no awkward conversations or in-person providers. If approved, treatment will ship directly to your door. If prescribed, new sexual patients get $15 off Sparks on a reoccurring plan. Connect with a provider at ro.co/pocket to find out if a prescription at Ro Sparks is a right fit for you. Again, that's ro.co/pocket for $15 off your first order. Springtime, the sun's shining.
Today's my 35-year anniversary. Can they overnight a pill to me today, please?
Ro Sparks, we have your first customer here from the Clean Pocket crew. Go to ro.co/pocket for $15 off your first order.